All right, welcome back to Wrestling on Tap. This is last call. This is the kind of the revamp of the rest of the week of wrestling shows where we're gonna cover 205 Live, NXT, NXT UK.
It's the last call, please, sir. Can I have another?
No, this is the scenario. No, we can't have. I mean, maybe from the normal NXT, like the plain Jane NXT, we can call it. Maybe I don't know.
The OG NXT?
The OG NXT. I would like a little bit more of that, but we'll go over that in a second. My name is Jay Nini, and with me is Iron Jabroni. Like I said, we are Wrestling on Tap, and this is the last call episode covering the remaining shows of the week.
Sure, a lot of WWE, a lot of good stuff this week. We'll start off by breezing through 205 Live here.
Breezing through it, because it was a show.
It was there. It was definitely, it was on Tuesday night, as some of you may know. And while the wrestling was pretty good, it was a pretty generic show. Ideally, Drake Maverick came out like he always does, puts on his little heel tirade, told us that there was going to be a huge tournament leading in the next couple of weeks to determine that WrestleMania #1 contender for good old Buddy Murphy. That was followed by a little bit of Humberto Castillo or Carrillo taking a pin from TJP over there, and taking a pin to TJP.
Yeah.
Taking the fight to him.
Yeah, Caprio won. Yep. Caprio's a new guy facing the old guard of TJP. TJP is...
He's still dabbing.
He's still dabbing. Not anymore. He is just fully covered in tattoos now at this point. So he's not the TJP that we all grew in love with tattoo or with dabbing and video games. He's more like I'm edgy TJP. Anyways, he lost. Who cares? We're moving on to the next.
Yep. What was nice here, though, is that good old Gabagulak and the gentleman came out and hoisted Humberto on their shoulders, hoisted him around, congratulated him on a nice job. He
looked so confused the entire time, which is fair because those are two kind of heelish characters giving you props. So it's good to be a little worried about that.
I will see how that unfolds there. We got a Tony Nese promo. Always good to see that man's fantastic abs.
The premier athlete himself.
He's basically just saying he's the best and he's gonna get it done. He's gonna be the new champion come WrestleMania. Mike Kanellis lost again.
So close. This is like the fourth or fifth match he's been inches away from winning, and he just can't pull it out.
I want to see him win. That's all. I want to see him win. I like Mike Kanellis.
I do too. I like Mike Kanellis. He's a good worker. He's a strong hitter.
Yeah, I mean, his wife tells him how great of a husband he is, and unfortunately, being a dad doesn't win wrestling matches.
Does not.
Arya Daivari beat a jobber. Yay!
It was one of those things that you saw, you could see it coming. He comes out, we're like, oh, who's the next wrestler he's going to fight? And there's a guy staying in the ring. Poor Johnny the Jobber in the ring.
Johnny the Jobber Lyons.
Yeah, he didn't stand much of a chance. It was threw up a decent match, but local talent, unfortunately, just thrown to the wolves.
Yeah, unfortunate. And the show closes out with Drake Maverick announcing next week's first round tournament matches. We've got Kalisto versus Tony Nese himself, and a little bit of Brian Kendrick versus Drew Gulak to start the tournament out to see the #1 contender.
So I'm thinking Nese is going to win that first match to go on to face, and then we had Gulak. I want to say Gulak's going to win the second match.
It could be a little bit more of an upset. I think it might go with Brian Kendrick. He's kind of been out of the scene for a while, just kind of playing in the background.
Yeah.
He made that strong start when 205 Live originated. Maybe it's time to give this guy one last go around.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Anyways, so that's 205 Live. It was.
Thanks for joining us.
It was fine. Yeah, it was a fine show. Nothing fantastical happened.
Kind of a transition period.
After
the pay-per-view, we got nothing really going on in 205 Live. We're not going to see another title defense at Fastlane. It doesn't sound like, at least, which is good. It opens it up for a couple of more a different match on the card. Then when we hit that way, wait till WrestleMania and we get what we want to see is Buddy versus someone,
which he wants to challenge, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting champion, I like it. All right, and now we're going over to the UK, NXT UK. We'll get through this guy pretty quick. Again, if you're not watching NXT UK, I recommend it. It's a pretty it's a good show.
It's got its ups.
There's got some good ups to it. We start out with Mark Andrews and Morgan Webster, Morgan Webster's costume coming out.
Flash Morgan Webster.
I'm sorry. His costume coming out always is fantastic, and it just brings joy to my heart. They fought the Coffees, Mark and Joe Coffey.
Gallus.
Coffees. They always look good. I mean, they have a slower wrestling, more of a bruiser style, and they showed it off there against two smaller guys. So they definitely were the ones that were going to win it, and they did. So pretty convincingly.
Methodical match. It was slower, but it had its points.
Yep. So we got the Coffees winning that bad boy. We move over to Trent Seven, part of the Mustache Mountain, versus Shane Thorne, which TM 661 or 69 or 61.
TM 61.
TM 61. So TM 61, Shane Thorne. That's half of Mustache Mountain and half of TM 61. I don't know where the other half is. I must have missed something.
It'd be nice to get that team back, man. They were fun to watch.
I think he's injured.
They almost came back, and then I think he got injured right away again. And I haven't really heard anything since. But good to see Shane Thorne again, though. I mean,
he's fantastic.
He's good. He's good in the ring, and
unfortunately, he did not win. Trent 7 won, of course. So.
Mustache Mountain's going strong.
Yep, and then we also get the announcement that Jake Gallagher is fighting with I had it.
It was a tag team champions, wasn't it?
Oh no, Jake Gallagher is going to be fighting Tyler Bates on 205 Live next week. Right. So we'll be seeing that coming.
It's kind of cool to see the bleed over between the shows.
Yeah, they're kind of starting it a little bit more, which is kind of nice to have.
It's gonna be a big budget to bring them over and back and forth between the states and everything.
And they'll probably do a couple airings. I mean, a lot of the stuff's pre-taped, so they'll do a couple airings there. And
sure, I guess you only got to bring them over once for every couple of times.
Run 2 matches, So we'll kind of see some bouncing.
Cut 10 promo cuts.
Pretty much. And then we have our rematch of the NXT UK Women's Championship. That's
say that 5 times fast.
That's a lot. We got Storm versus Ripley. Good match. I like both of them. They're fantastic.
Very good.
They do a good job. Rhea throws some hard kicks, and
lands all of them.
Pretty stiff. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But unfortunately, fortunately, we're going to see this continue on with Storm winning the championship, seeing what she's going to do with that UK Women's Championship, see what the next step's going to be. Overall, again, NXT UK, it's a good show. Enjoyed it. Kind of like 205 Live.
It's getting off its feet too. It's hitting on some. It's hitting on some places. It's hitting on some places.
Yep. So good overall. I like to see where it keeps going from. Hopefully, it can go the same trajectory as NXT does.
And I believe Cassius Ohno makes his debut next week on NXT UK.
Yeah. Next week at NXT UK we have Ohno versus Walter.
Yeah.
Walter's first match 2 weeks ago, if I remember correctly.
Can anybody stop Walter?
It was a pretty good match. Walter, he's a big guy. I like to see what he's going to be able to do. And it'll be a big guy versus a big guy, which would be nice to see.
Yeah.
And moving on to the bread and butter.
Meat and potatoes.
What we're really interested in talking about and what we watched and was really exciting is not 205 Live, NXT. So NXT this week. So again, there's a bunch of call-ups that happened throughout the week. It's SmackDown, also with Raw. We saw some of those guys move up.
Mm-hmm.
They also wrestled. A lot of them wrestled on this week's NXT.
Yep.
Which was
awesome. All of them did make an appearance.
All of them did make an
Three
appearance.
grabbed in-ring appearances. 1 or 2 had matches, which was the first match of the night. They kicked off with Aleister Black versus Roderick Strong.
The king of the backbreakers. I forget that every single time.
Gosh.
Roderick Strong and his backbreakers were absolutely fantastic. Aleister Black really sold the hurt and the pain. The gut buster that Roderick Strong threw was...
It was amazing looking.
It was.
And this match was a great intro match. It was long, and it really put Roderick Strong in a strong spot.
It is.
No pun intended, of course. But he looked so good, just taking it to Aleister Black. A lot of good spots, like you said, a lot of backbreakers, a lot of attention to the back.
Yep.
When he threw Aleister Black down on the steps,
I
haven't seen that often. I mean, it was just a perfect spot, just straight down, back on steps, and it just looked so good.
It was great. And the Aleister Black, whenever he throws a punch, and this is one of those things is you watch flurries of punches throughout wrestling, and they're especially in WWE. It's not a lot of people can do a good flurry of punches and kicks. They don't look like they're hard. They don't look like they're landing. They just look weak.
Well, nobody's looks as good as Shane McMahon's.
But Aleister Black's flurry of punches and kicks always look painful, and he times everything so well with the sound. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see both of these guys keeping to growing. Aleister Black looks like he may be moving up. We may get after WrestleMania.
I still think that they're going to have a more prominent role going into WrestleMania.
So we'll see what happens with it. Fantastic match, absolutely fantastic.
After the match, the whole Undisputed Era coming out and mugging Aleister Black, kind of uncalled for. I mean, I don't know why they put the spot in.
So the reason is, and I think you missed this episode of NXT, is Aleister Black broke up an Undisputed Era fight when they were beating up somebody else. So Aleister Black came in to save the day and somebody else. So that's where this match kind of originated from, between him and Strong. And
we got the guest appearance by Ricochet.
And then Ricochet comes out, which Ricochet was hobbling pretty hard, so I hope he's okay.
Yeah, maybe just sore.
Maybe, hopefully. But yeah, Ricochet came out. They cleared the ring. All the Undisputed Eras on the ground, sprawled out. Great. Overall, great. Maybe get a tag team kind of thing going on. We'll see.
Might have a few matches.
Might have a few matches with it. Would be nice. It was great. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Then we move over to the women's match.
Yep, we had Mia. I can never remember these ladies' names exactly. There was the Mia Kim and the new Chinese prospect
the first,
with her gigantic legs. But very, very fun to watch in the ring, and her fan on the top there. This match, while we get the correct name, a little harder to pronounce, especially when two of them are very similar. Mia Kim, though. She's not doing it for me as a character. I'm not a fan of that blue hair. I'm not a fan of of everything she's got going on. But Mia Ying,
and Ling. So Mia Ying and Ling. So Ling is the first Chinese WWE superstar. She performed it in the
Chinese Performance Center. Then when they went over there to get tryouts.
Yep. Well, she was in the Royal Rumble. Was her first debut match, which was fantastic. She looks like she's going to create some waves for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were some good spots in that match. Both ladies were super athletic. They high flying. I mean, Ling's jump ups after the little tie up, they had a pretty good back and forth chain wrestling, strength battle, and Ling 2 times literally jumped up right from the ground like a frog and popped on Ming's chest, and it was fantastic.
So there was some really great parts. You got Mi Yim with the win through pinfall.
Mm-hmm.
After the match, we got 3 of the 4 horsemen, I guess what they're calling themselves, from the UFC, came out and started beating down Ying. And then you had the younger. They made a really a really clear point for the announcers did. The younger NXT women came out and started kind of break it up and try to help her out. Unfortunately, the UFC women cleaned house and continued the rampage for a little bit longer, just laying waste across the board to all those other women superstars for sure.
Yep. I mean, I can see a little faction battle kind of running, new versus old and everything. We'll see how that unfolds. There'll be probably a lot of good matches up in the future. As we're going towards Mania season, we'll see what happens with Baszler's belt. Who knows? Maybe one of her horsemen turn on her.
We'll see. We will see. We had a Matt Riddle promo next. Matt Riddle, I enjoy Matt Riddle, King of Bros.
Super
bros. Super kicks, bros. He throws elbows. The match against him and Ono, which is one of the matches they showed off there.
Mm-hmm.
When he climbs on top and just continues to throw elbows until after the bell rings. Absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to see what he does. There was a tweet, I want to say it was right after this aired, where his goal is to retire Brock Lesnar.
Ooh.
That's what he says. My goal is to retire Brock Lesnar. I kind of want to see that. We got two guys that did pretty well in the UFC. Go against each other
In the squared circle.
They both look like UFC fighters still. I mean, They really do. Both look like UFC fighters.
One can hope.
Yeah,
One can hope.
That one, it's gonna be a good match. Right after that, we had another promo about the Dusty Rhodes
Tag Team Classic.
Tag Team Classic starting back up again. So these are one of those things where a lot of tag teams, newer tag teams, kind of get a chance to perform. We've seen Heavy Machinery come out of this. We've seen the Revival come out of this. We've seen DIY come out of this.
Even TM61 came out of it.
TM61 came out of this. We've seen Velveteen Dream come out of this. He had a tag team partner in one of these. So
Baron Corbin even had a tag team partner at one point in
Corbin
the first one.
So to me, this is probably one of the best proving grounds for a tournament base, I think, that I've seen.
Yeah, and I just love, well, not only that it's Dusty Rhodes. I mean, that's fantastic in its own right, but a tag team tournament over multiple weeks for a trophy, right?
Yes.
Like it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
it's
a better version of the Andre the Giant Battle Royale.
Yeah.
It's a very much so.
It's very much so.
It's one of those things that they don't talk about after somebody wins, but those people get a push, even if it's singles or tag team competitive. It's great.
And the matches are generally very, very good.
Yeah.
The never a squash, and it almost hits on all cycles. It's just it's really fun to watch, and honestly, it's pretty unpredictable. Like I mean, anybody that's kind of working their way up is gonna get that push, but it's hard to tell. It's very hard to tell.
And we get to see the return of the Street Profits with that, which is gonna be fun. So it's gonna be a good run of matches, and those are going to be more going to be announced next week. So we'll have the full vision of all the teams, which we'll go over all those teams coming out, and we also will have the first round announced too. So we'll be able to talk a little bit about that, I think, next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be a good time. And then
are we here?
We are here finally.
All right.
So the next one was the one we're going to spend probably the most amount of time talking about. I think it is the North American Championship match between Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Champion, Johnny Jackass. We'll say it. That's fine. They changed it enough in the ring.
Yeah, can't avoid it.
Velveteen Dream. First off, I want to say Velveteen Dream had a choice of championship belts
between the 205 or Cruiserweight Championship.
Yep.
North American Championship.
Yep.
NXT Championship.
Yep.
Or NXT UK Championship.
That's
because
correct.
he did win the Worlds Collide tournament
Yep.
in Phoenix, Arizona.
And he decided the North American Championship.
Interesting choice.
Interesting choice.
Glad he did.
So you got Velveteen Dream coming out in his robe, his shiny robe. Looks like a karate master.
Rolling all over the floor like he's just comfortable in that ring.
Yep. You kick over to Gargano, who comes out to classic Gargano, just hyped up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And what a match starts come from there. It was fantastic. Everybody had spots. Everybody had a chance to perform.
It was very back and forth.
Insanely back and forth.
I mean, just the storytelling in that match, like 3 minutes in, a little back and forth, and then just the biggest slap you'll ever see to Johnny's face in transition. Spit lugs everywhere. And then it spiraled into just a great back and forth throughout that entire thing from there.
A lot of hard hitting. We got pushed outside the ring against the against the Garters.
I think each of them got suplexed on the ramp.
Yep. We got suplexes on the ramp.
Over the time.
We got big slaps. Velveteen Dream just kept slapping Johnny Gargano. And those slaps, they made a great noise. They were sold really well. And
a bunch of super kicks. I always love seeing super kicks.
Yep.
I mean, there's nothing like a good super kick.
No, that's true.
We even got a dare I say the lunatic lariat. It was one
lunatic lariat from
Velveteen
Dream on Gargano
after a super kick.
And so, and there was, I want to say, at the last 10 minutes of the match. 10 minutes of the match, probably about 5 or 6 false falls.
Just really good 2 counts.
And it could have ended at any of those moments. It really could have. They sold them really well. They were all previous setup endings that they've used before.
Johnny hit his DDT.
Yep.
There was a Dream Driver in there.
Yeah, there's a Dream Driver off the top rope in there.
Yeah, off the top rope. It could. Oh man, it could have ended at just about any time. It was actually really, really good match and keeping us on edge.
You have
who's going to win.
The ending of that match was fantastic. So you have Johnny doing the little springboard over the top rope into his DDT. Fantastic looking move. Mm-hmm. Rolls him up 1, 2, doesn't get the 3 count, and then Velveteen Dream takes over. Double Dream Driver, picks him back up.
Dream Driver roll through
it. Dream Driver rolls through, and then the Purple Rainmaker
seamlessly into the middle turnbuckle to jump up on the top rope though.
Yeah.
And yeah, that
Purple Rainmaker. He hits that. It's the Dream Driver perfect. It looks good. The Purple Rainmaker looks fantastic. Velveteen Dream is, to me, he's one of the best overall storytellers and person that brings the most expression to a ring.
Yeah.
That WWE really has at the moment. I know we caught ourselves as we were watching it on all the great matches that Velveteen Dream could have coming out of this. Who else could he go against? And we just kept listing off people this is.
Which has been fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see. First off, him continue NXT for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Him can keep perfecting his skill, maybe adding a couple more moves, a couple more great matches.
Mm-hmm. His promos are already fantastic.
His promos are great.
But I mean, everybody can improve on everything. Even that, when I was going over that WWE.com post-match interview, his response is just super self-absorbed. If you guys do get a chance, head over to the WWE.com. It's like a 5-question, 2-paragraph interview. Byron Saxton does it, and it's all in text, so you don't watch a video or anything. Though you probably should start watching more videos, because the reactions that he gave were very, very good.
Yes,
about his title defenses, and I can't wait till he's up on the main roster. But God, do I love him while he's on NXT.
It was fantastic. And then I guess it's pretty safe to say we're getting Gargano moving up.
Yep.
Lost the title, so maybe we'll get a rematch at TakeOver, and then maybe he'll lose it there. He won't win it there. Velveteen Dream will retain, and then we just have Gargano moving up. Ciampa
was lurking really weirdly in the back, just watching in a dark room, but they didn't really explain anything about that. So
I think Ciampa, maybe if there's a rematch, maybe Ciampa interferes. We'll see.
Yeah.
So we'll see with that. So that's just what it's going to be. Who knows?
Yes, we'll see how that unfolds. This is again, like we mentioned on Tuesday. This is kind of the first time that everybody's playing nicely and transitioning without just a sudden, hey, he's here and he's from NXT. We actually have kind of a dual aspect going on right now. Not too hard of a push on the main roster, not too sudden of just a kill shot on NXT. So we might have some dual storylines that are making people watch a little bit, and once they make the main roster, it's just kind of continuing, which is kind of exciting to see. We'll see how that kind of unfolds over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how Velveteen Dream kind of runs NXT. Aleister Black, what they do end up doing with Aleister Black. Same thing with Ricochet. And we got your DIY boys, Gargano and Ciampa. What's going to happen to them?
Yeah. We'll have to figure it out next week.
Yeah. So today is going to be the last for the week. This is going up on Friday. And then we will be back on Monday. We'll be back on Twitch Monday with Raw Ride Along.
The Raw Ride Along, Wrestling on Tap. Just go search it. Starting at 7 Central.
So we got the Wrestling on Tap for Twitch then.
Yeah. We're good to go on there, and we're gonna be sitting down on a couch, watching Raw live. The 3-hour. Mega stream, commercials and all.
Yep.
Interactive chat. Come ask questions. Give your reactions. Join in the conversation. I have a little bit of a chat with it. We got 3 hours to kill with great wrestling and recap it. So hope to see you guys there.
Yeah, and I mean we always will talk about. I mean we do focus on WWE. We will during that Raw moment. We do bring in other promotions. We talk a little bit about. What's going on potentially with AEW and people are signing. We look at New Japan, Ring of Honor.
We got a lot of time to talk about a lot of stuff.
We do. So we do bring up a little bit more as we're watching that there. It's a good time. So feel free to do that. Feel free to pop in. Next time we'll be on YouTube. We'll be back for SmackDown
recap.
SmackDown recap, which we'll probably I'll figure out an interesting name for that.
Yeah.
So. But yeah,
first call.
Who knows? Opening shots, whatever we want to do for it. So again, this is Wrestling on Tap. My name is Jay Ninny.
I'm Iron Jabroni, and
yeah.
Thanks for watching,
and we'll see you next time.